Good morning. Um, my name is Carlos Miguel Alagar. So, itutuloy natin yung uh, nireport ni Justin Carl. So, Rizal inventive ability. One little known fact about Rizal was he also inventor. It should be remembered in 1887 while practicing medicine in Calamba. He invented a cigarette lighter which he sent to as a gift to Florentine. He called it Sulpukan. This unique cigarette This unique cigarette lighter was made of wood mechanism, said Rizal, is based on principle of compressed air. During his exile in the Pitan, he invited a machine for making bricks. This machine could manufacture about 6,000 bricks daily. Thus Rizal wrote to Brunentrit on November 20, 1895. I have made a wood machine for making bricks, and I believe it could make more or less 6,000 bricks a day. When I was in Belgium, I saw the making of bricks south of doors without kilns, and during my visit to Baden, I saw also mold of bricks on the ground. I suppose in Bohemia they make they make bricks by means of a different method. If this is so, please inform me how to bricks and bake such that not much heat in is waste. Sa Tagalog naman ay ang imbentong kakayahan ni Rizal ay nagpapakita ng kanyang kahusayan at ambag sa pag-unlad ng lipunan. Ang kanyang pagiging ang kanyang pagiging visionaryo, kasanayan sa pagsasaliksik at pagsulong ng mga idea ay nagbigay daan sa mga pagbabago at pag-unlad sa Pilipinas. Then my retreat in February 1895, Donna Theodora, with her eyesight fully restored, returned to Manila. During her long stay in the Pitan, he saw how busy her talented son was and regretted that he had neglected the muses. She requested him to write poetry again. In response to her request, Rizal wrote a beautiful poem about his as exile in the Pitan, and sent it to her on October 22, 1895. This poem was Mi Retiro, My Retreat, which acclaimed by literary critics as one of the best ever penned by Rizal. Okay. Then next Rizal and Josephine Bracken. In the silent hours of the night after the day's hard work, Rizal was often sad. He missed his family and relatives. His good friend in Foreign land, the exhilarating life in the cities of Europe, as his happy days in Colombo. The death of Leora Rivera on August 28, 1893 left a poignant void in his heart. He needed someday to cheer him up in his lonely exile. In God on this, somebody came to the pit and like sunbeam to dispel his melancholy mood. She was Josephine Bracken, and an Irish girl, sweet 18-cylinder, a chestnut blonde with blue eyes, dressed with elegant simplicity, with the atmosphere of light gaiety. She was born in Hong Kong on October 1873 of Irish parents. Jim Bracken, a corporal in the British garrison, and Elizabeth Jane McBridge. Bridge. Her mother died in childbirth, and she was adopted by Mr. George Toller, who later became blind. Rizal and Josephine fell in love with each other at first sight after whirlwind romance of 1 month. They agreed to marry, but father of Batch, the priest of the Bitan, refused to marry then without the permission of the Bishop of Cebu. When Mr. Topper heard of their project married, he flared up in violent rage. Unable to endure the throe of losing Josephine, he tried to commit suicide by cutting off his throat with a razor. Rizal, however, grabbed his wrist and pretended him to killing himself to avoid tragedy. Josephine went in tower to Manila by the first available steamer. The blind man went away uncured because his ailment was venereal in nature, hence incurable. Sina Rizal at Josephine ay nagkaroon ng malaking papel sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Ang kanilang mga pag-ibig at kontribusyon ay nagpatibay sa pambansang kamalayan at pag-asa ng mga Pilipino sa paghahangad ng kalayaan at kaunlaran. Rizal and Josephine lived happily in the Bitan. In several letters to his family, Rizal praised Josephine and revealed his new happiness. He was no longer lonely. The Bitan had become for him a heavy of bliss. Rizal and Katipunan. Ayan. Katipunan. While Rizal was mourning the loss of his son, ominous cloud of revolution gradually darkened the Philippines sky. Andres Bonifacio, the great plebeian, was sowing the seeds of the armed uprising. The secret revolutionary society called Katipunan, which he founded on July 7, 1892, was gaining more and more adherents. In a secret meeting of Katipunan, a little river called Bitukang Manok, near the town of Pasig on May 2, 1896, Dr. Pio Valenzuela was named emissary to the Pitan in order to inform Rizal of the plan of the Katipunan to launch a revolution for freedom's sake. Rizal objected to Bonifacio Adyosyon Adyasyo's project to plunge the country in bloody revolution. He was of the he was of the sincere belief that it was premature for two reasons. Ang reason, the people are not ready for a revolution. And two, arms and funds must first be collected before raising a cry of revolution. He also disapproved of the other plan of the Katipunan to rescue him because he had given his sword of honor to the Spanish authorities and he did not want to break it. So, si Rizal ay at ang Katipunan ay mga mahalagang bahagi ng kasaysayan sa Pilipinas. Sila ay mga bayani at leader na lumaban para sa kalayaan ng bansa at nag-iwan ng malalim na marka sa kultura at pagkakailanlan ng mga Pilipino. So, next tayo. Volunteers as military doctor in Colomba. Months before the Katipunan contact him, Rizal had offered his service as military doctor in Cuba, which was then in the theories of revolution and a raging yellow fever epidemic. There was a shortage of physicians to minister to the needs of the Spanish troops and the Cuban people. It was Blumentritt who told troops the deplorable health situation in war-ridden Cuba and advised him to volunteer as an army physician there. When he least expected it, a letter from Governor Blanco, date July 1, 1896, arrived in Dapitan, notifying him of acceptance of his offer. This letter, which reached him on July 30, also stated that the politico-military commander of the Dapitan would give him a pass so that he could come to Manila, where he would be given a safe conduct to Spain. And there Minister of War will assign you to the Army of Operation in Cumba, detailed to the Medical Corps. Ang mga voluntaryong militar na doktor ay nagbigay ng espesyalidong serbisyo sa larangan ng medisina sa loob ng militar konteksto. Ang kanilang paglahok ay nagpapakita ng delikasyon sa paglilingkod sa bansa at ang kanilang mga kakayahan sa medisina ay napakahalaga upang mapanatiling ligtas at malusog ang mga sundalo. The Song of Traveler. Great was Rizal joy in received the gladsome news from Malacanang at last he was free. Once more he was going to travel to Europe and then to Cuba. It was with his joyous thought of resuming his travels that he wrote his short warning poem El Canto de Viajero, the song of the traveler, which run in full. Ang tula ay awit ng manlalakbay ni Rizal, ay naglalahad ng pagnanais ng isang maglalakbay na matuto sa at mag-ugnayan sa iba't ibang lugar at kultura. Ipinipakita nito ang kahalagan ng pagbukas loob at pagkamakumbaba sa paghahanap ng karunungan mula sa iba. Next tayo, Agios Dapitan. On July 31, 1896, Rizal, 4th year exile in Dapitan, came to end at middle of the date. He embarked on board the steamer Espanya. At the mid Espanya, he was accompanied by Josephine, Narcisa Angela, Narcis's daughter, his three nephew and 6 pupils. Almost all the Pitan folks, young and old, were at the shore to bid him goodbye. Many went as a steamer sailed away, especially the other pupils who were too poor to accompany their beloved teacher to Manila. As farewell music, the brass band strangely played the Dolores Fornal March of Chopin. As its melancholy melody floated in the air, Rizal must have felt in deeply, for with his presentiment of death, it seemed of obsequio or a requiem. As the steamer pushed on in the sea, Rizal gazed for the last time of the Pitan with his hand waving family farewell salute to its kind and hospitable folks, and with a crying heart filled with tears of nostalgic memories. When he could no longer seem to dim shoreline, he sadly went to his cabin and wrote his diary. I have been in the district 4 years, 30 days and few hours. Last trip abroad. No longer an exile, Rizal has pleasant trip from Dapitan to Manila with delightful stopover in Dumaguete, Cebu, Iloilo, Capiz, and Romblon. He missed the regular steamer Isla de Luzon, which sailed to Spain that daily before he arrived in Manila Bay, which waiting for the next ship for Spain. He was kept as a guest on the board Spain cruiser Castilla. Meanwhile, on August 26, 1896, at Des Bonifacio and the Katipunan raised a cry of revolution in the hills of Balintawak, a few miles north of Manila. Rizal, worried about the raging hostilities, left for Spain on the steamer Isla de Panay on September 3, 1896. Ang Tagalog. Ang muling paglakbay nito na ito ni Rizal ay nagbigay daan sa patuloy na papalaganap ng kanyang mga paniniwa at layunin para sa kalayaan ng Pilipinas. Sa pamamagitan ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa iba't ibang bansa at pakikibaka sa loob at labas ng Pilipinas, naging mahalagang bahagi siya ng kasaysayan ng Pilipinas at its inspirasyon sa paghahanap ng kalayaan. From Dapitan to Manila. Leaving Dapitan at midnight, July 31, 1896. The Espana with Rizal, a party on board. Wait lang. Aboard, sail northward at dawn the next day, Saturday, August 1. It's anchor at Dumaguete, capital of Negros Oriental. Dumaguete wrote Rizal in travel diary spread out on the beach. There are some big houses, some with galvanized iron roofing. Outstanding are the house of the lady whose name I have forgotten, which is occupied by the government, and another one of just begun with many epil posts. Sa pamagitan sa paglalakbay sa Dapitan hanggang Maynila, ipinakita ni Rizal ang kanyang pagmamahal sa bayan at determinasyon na labanan ang mga pag-abuso ng Kastila. Ang kwento ito ay isang halimbawa ng kanyang buong dedikasyon at pagiging isang pambansang bayani. Next tayo. Rizal missed ship going to Spain. The Espana arrived in Manila Bay early in the morning of Thursday, August 6, 1896. Unfortunately, Rizal was not able to catch the May ship Isla de Luzon from Spain because it had departed the previous day. At 5 p.m., he was greatly disappointed, but he took this unlucky incidents with abiding resignation. Excuse me. Sa uli, ang pagkakamali ni Rizal ay hindi niya naabutan ang barko patungong Espanya at nagdulot ng lungkot at pagsisisi sa kanya. Ngunit ito rin ang naging inspirasyon niya upang patuloy ang magsikap ipaglaban ang kanyang mga adhikain at maging isang pambansang bayani na nag-ambag sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Then next tayo, outbreak of the Philippine Revolution. While Rizal was patiently waiting on Cruiser Castilla for the next steamer take him to Spain, portentous events occurred presaging the downfall of Spain power of in Asia. Unfaithful event of August 1986, the Katipunan plot the overthrow Spain rule by means of revolution was discovered by Mayano Gil Agustina Cura of Dono. This exciting incident struck terror into the hearts of the Spain officials and residents. producing and a hysteria of vindictive ally- sorry resident product producing a hysteria of victim with retaliation against the Filipinos patriots. Okay. Ang Philippine Revolution ay naging isang mahalagang bahagi ng paghahanap ng ating bansa sa kalayaan mula sa dayuhang pananakop. Ipinakita nito ang tapang determinasyon at pagkakaisa ng mga Pilipino na ipagtanggol ang kanilang mga karapatan bilang isang malayang bansa. Next tayo, outbreak. Ay, tapos na pala ito. Next is departure for Spain. On August 30, 1896, the day when the state of war was proclaimed in 8 provinces, Rizal received from Governor General Blanco 2 letters introduced from Minister War and the Minister of Colonies with covering letter which absolved him from all blame for raging revolution as follows. Mr. Rizal, Jose Rizal, my dear sir, hindi ko mabasa. Ito nga pala yung dalawang letter na introduction ni for Minister of War and the Minister of Colonies. 2 letters are identical. The 2 letters identical. One addressed to General Marcelo de Azcárraga, Minister of War. Yan. On September 2, 1896, the day before his departure for Spain, Rizal on board Castilla wrote to his mother. Ito yung sinulat ni Rizal. Yan. And at 6 p.m. September 2, Rizal was transferred to Isla de Panay, which was sailing for Barcelona, Spain. The next morning, September 3, this steamer left Manila Bay. At last, Rizal's last trip to Spain began. Among his fellow passengers on board were Don Pedro Rosas, rich Manila great industrialist, and his friend, and his son named Perry Kyun. Ang pag-alis ni Rizal patungo Espanya ay nagmarka ng simula ng kanyang matatag na pagsusumikap at itinaguyod ang pagkakaisa at kalayaan ng Pilipinas. Ang kanyang paglisan ay nagpakita ng kanyang katapangan, dedikasyon at pangarap para sa kinabukasan ng kanyang bayan. Thank you for watching.